Hello, and welcome back to Renew with Elle. It's been a minute, hasn't it? I've been off the grid. Life has truly been lifing. As someone who helps others for a living, there's always this pressure to have everything together. But here's a truth that we don't talk about often enough. A lot of times we suffer in silence. We are taught you cannot take someone anywhere you haven't been. And while I do believe that is still truth, I think that we can share our struggles to normalize them and to share the tips that we learn along the way. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to share with you 3 tips I learned during my season of being overwhelmed. And if you stick around, I'll share with you 1 tip that you can use today that works instantly. So, tip number 1 is to take a pause. A lot of times when we're overwhelmed, it's because we're juggling a lot of things. And those things can be emotional, physical, spiritual, all of the above. So, tip number 1 is to take a minute, actually look at yourself in the mirror and take in yourself with all five senses. Take in yourself with all 5 senses. What is it that you look like? Really look at yourself. What is it that you smell like? Like, we need to really take in what it is that we're looking like. What is it that you're saying to yourself? What is it that you hear? How are you talking to other people? So we have to experience ourselves, because a lot of times when we're overwhelmed, we don't do those things. And don't you ever think you're hiding from your friends and family. They notice. They're just waiting for you to come to them. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to ask for help. Now, this is something that I can admit that I struggle with. A lot of times we're emotionally tied to things that we have to do our task. So for this tip, we have to choose an item that we are not emotionally tied to and ask somebody to help us, ask someone to do the task, or, you ready? We have to accept that we can't do everything now, and we can either delete the task or we can either delay the task. But the whole premise of this is that we have to create space in our schedule so that we can take care of ourselves, because we can become overwhelmed with tasks. Tip number 3, do you remember fun? The tip number 3 is to get nostalgic, is to remember fun. You remember as a child, our whole life was consumed with having fun, the pursuit of pleasure. And we can't live our lives like that. But as adults, we become bogged down with duty, and we become tasked with doing everything that we have to do. And we can't live life like that either. So we have to find a balance. So tip number 3 is to schedule some time for fun. And by schedule, I just mean to create some time for. Does not even have to be anything that you leave the house for. This does not have to be something that you spend money on. This is just about creating space to have some fun. Now, if you like these tips and tools, and you want to learn the tool that I utilize to reconnect with myself during my season, check out the box below. There'll be some tips, tools, encouragement, and there will be some surprises. So the tip is the tip that I So without further ado, let's get to the bonus tip. The bonus tip is laughter. When we are laughing, it is physically impossible for our bodies to sprout headaches and ulcers. Laughter changes our body in a way where stress does not resonate the same in our body. So, one thing that I did to instill laughter into my day was to give myself this prompt. What is the last thing, or what is something that a friend or a family member did that just had you like double over in laughter, like crying, laughing, like crying, laughing? So I want you to remember that and go over it in detail, and it'll probably make you laugh. Or you can have someone, you can tell somebody the story, and or you can tell somebody about the incident, and that usually instills a lot of laughter too. So that is the tip. Now, the laughter won't fix your life. The laughter will not fix your life, but it will make you feel better about what is going on in your life. The laughter won't fix your life, but it will make you feel better about what's going on in your life. The bonus tip, okay. Are you ready for the bonus tip now? The bonus tip now is laughter. When we laugh, it is physically impossible for our bodies to sprout a headache or sprout an ulcer, because laughter changes the way that stress registers in our body. So one prompt that I gave myself was to remember a time when a friend or family member did something that really, really made me laugh, like doubled over, crying, laughing. So I remembered that in my mind in vivid detail. And I tell you that I laughed all day. I laughed all day, almost uncontrollably. Or you can tell the story to someone else, and that can initiate some laughter. Laughter is not going to change our situation, but it changes us. So in closing, this is to offer some encouragement that So in closing, you're not alone in feeling overwhelmed. So in closing, you're not alone in feeling overwhelmed. Even so in closing, we are not alone when we are feeling overwhelmed. Helpers need help. Caregivers need care. Strong women need rest. Quotes are a tool that I utilize to drive a point home. So at the end of every video, it is my... So at the end of every video, I will always leave you. So at the end of every video, I will always... So in closing, you are... In closing, we are not alone when we feel overwhelmed. So when we feel overwhelmed, there is a sense of being alone, but we are not alone when we feel overwhelmed. Even caregivers need care. I'm recording. So in closing, you are not alone in feeling overwhelmed. Even helpers need help. Even caregivers need care. Even strong women need help. I often use quotes to drive a point home. I often use quotes to drive a point home. So at the end of every video, I strive to leave you with a quote to ponder. And the quote for today is, everything, and the quote for today is, almost everything will work better if you unplug it. And the quote for today is, almost everything will work better if you, and the quote for today is, almost everything will work better if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. By Anne Lamott. Thanks for watching. See you next time.